Hey guys, what's up? It's 8-Bit Eric, and I'm a big Legend of Zelda fan. It's my most favorite franchise of all time. It feels like I'm constantly saying that exact line almost every video. And when Cadence of Hyrule was released on Nintendo Switch finally, I picked that sucker up. I mean, it's digital, so technically I couldn't physically pick it up, but you get the gist. And I was like, wow, I'd never played Crypt of the NecroDancer, so I'm entirely new to this whole concept of rhythm-based like combat and exploration, and then you toss some Zelda stuff on top of that, and it's a whole new world for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about it today and let you guys know my thoughts on Cadence of Hyrule for the Nintendo Switch. So if you are brand new to the channel, feel free to throw a subscription my way, Nolan Ryan style, and let's get today's video started. So yeah, Crypt of the NecroDancer. I never played it, so when they announced that they would be making a Cadence of Hyrule game, basically a game with that whole engine, gameplay mechanics, graphic style, and just overall concept with Legend of Zelda, I was like, this sounds interesting and looks like something that is out of the box. And usually Nintendo is pretty safe about their Legend of Zelda franchise ever since, the CDI fiasco with those terrible Zelda games. They really haven't let anybody really use it. Sure, we've had a couple of collaborations with Capcom and things like that, but now an indie studio that is practically unproven, only had one other game, made a Zelda game. Now, I've heard rumored and speculation that this was originally just supposed to be a basic crossover DLC for their Crypt of the NecroDancer, and it ended up becoming a full-fledged game. So I guess if you want to do something and you're an indie studio, just approach Nintendo flat out, ask them, and if they give you approval, just go nuts. Because that's exactly what they did with this game. It's very charming, and it fits the Zelda world, which is really surprising considering that you move to the beat of whatever the music is currently going on. If there's enemies on screen, you'll see a little meter on the bottom that has a beat, and you must move and attack to this beat, or else you'll kind of freeze in place. And this actually was the biggest part of the game that took me the most to learn. I probably took about a clear hour or so while I was live streaming this on my Twitch channel, which you can go right here for it or link in the description. Follow me on Twitch, guys. Cheap plug. Anyways, it took me a while. I was constantly dying and just kind of getting frustrated, to be completely honest, with the way this game played initially. But then as I progressed, I eased into it. I picked it up slowly but surely, so there was a small little learning curve for me. I figured it out eventually, right? And once I did, I was having a lot of fun. The fact that he jumps around and stuff on screen might turn off some people. I saw some people in my chat saying, I don't know, the way that Link just jumps around when he moves kind of turns me away from it. Is reasonable. I mean, looking at it, it doesn't play like a traditional Legend of Zelda game, but does any of them, each game always adds something in the Zelda chronology. Every Legend of Zelda game adds some kind of new gameplay mechanic, new element, some kind of new thing, new gimmick, and this is the newest one, and it's completely far off from anything else that's been done in the series. And it's like a Link to the Past with Crypt of the NecroDancer, that they had a baby, and this is what popped out. Now, there is a variety of different things that you can do with this game. For example, you can play as Link or Zelda. So after the initial opening of the game, where you play as the character from Crypt of the NecroDancer, and then you choose your path, Link or Zelda, they really don't have too many differences. Zelda has some kind of Nehru's love shield that goes over her, and Link has his actual sword and shield. I prefer to play as Link. Zelda's game is nice and everything like that. It kind of has a different intro, different kind of setup and plot. It's like two different games in one, I guess I would say. But the characters do play similar. The world is a 16-bit, 8-bit quasi neo-retro type of environment that looks very colorful and vibrant, and they really did a good job of capturing that essence of Zelda, that atmosphere. This really feels like, if I didn't know better, I would say this was a Nintendo game. And each screen kind of has a puzzle. The idea is to clear the screen. As long as you see the meter on the bottom, that means there's enemies on that screen. Once you clear the screen, you're free to move however you want, find whatever chest, find whatever secrets, stuff like that. You know, like usually what's in Zelda games, you bomb cracked walls, you find secrets underneath bushes, and you solve puzzles. So there's a lot of that here. It seems like every screen in this game has something, which makes it very addictive. And I gotta be honest, I love it. Just the fact that every screen seems like it has its own little like ecosystem or whatever, things to solve, makes this game feel like it has so much replayability. Now, it's not exactly procedurally generated in any way. Sometimes some of the dungeons later on do switch up their floors and everything, which there are like a few dungeons that you have to go and solve and get certain instruments. The main objective of the game is to get these instruments of the boss called Octavio, who's like a music-based guy, and that's why there's music everywhere. You gotta control, like, I guess, the rhythm of you know, the enemies and things like that. So you'll go to each dungeon. There's a lot of funny references and stuff to Zelda games. The music, speaking of the soundtrack to this game, is just absolutely phenomenal. Like, if you take a gander, you'll catch lots of the Zelda classics from like Ocarina of Time and Wind Waker and other games that are just remixed. Like, you'll hear like a rock remix of like a game from Ocarina that you're like, holy cow, did they really do that? Like the Gerudo theme, the Gerudo Desert theme was already badass, but it's 10 times badass in here. Let's go ahead and talk about other things, like the gameplay length. It is rather short. In fact, I would feel that this game is developed for speed runs. I know my friend Wood from Beat 'em Ups actually beat this game in under 3 hours. So the more you play, I guess the quicker you'll get at it. The idea is to just kind of do like a little speed run type of vibe, I guess, because it does feel like it is built for that. There's a leaderboard for it and everything. Me, I'm kind of slow when I play this game because I'm still getting the hang of it and I do kind of suck. And there is a fixed beat mode if you don't like the beat kind of combat. You could get rid of it and play like with the baby mode, which was I was called when I was trying to play it. I do feel like I'm scrambling all over the place, but it's because I'm still processing just how addictive and awesome this game truly is. I was caught off guard. I really enjoyed seeing this game for what it was, and I think it's more than well worth the price. It's a big shame that it's not physically. Like that is probably my biggest con of this game. The biggest thing weighing down on it is that it's not physical, but I could see them eventually releasing this and Crypt of the NecroDancer on one package. A 2D Zelda game out of nowhere was quite a pleasant surprise for me, and I do believe that it is definitely worth the price, and it's worth getting. Like, honestly, I enjoyed this game 1,000 times, and it's not just me being a blind Zelda fanboy. There was a part again, like I mentioned, the first hour or two that I played, where I was almost going to give up on the game because I just felt like I couldn't get the controls right, but I eventually progressed through and got it. Now, it does play like a roguelike. It is very challenging, and what I mean by that is when you die, you lose all of your rupees and all your items. There's only certain items that you can keep. If you clear stages, you clear areas, whatever, you find diamonds. You can hold those diamonds as currency to purchase items, and these items are like anything from like shovels to help dig certain walls, bombs, bomb chews, certain weapons, things like that, upgrades, and you progress. And the idea is the more you die, the better, I guess, health and systems and things you get. That's how I played. I did not start doing good at this game until I got my health meter up by buying pieces of hearts and finding them. And I loved exploring and stuff. There's a lot of like, the map for the most part is very similar like as to the layout of what like Link's Awakening and Link to the Past would be. It's like a mismatch, you know, like the beach is down south, Death Mountain's up north, and then like in the middle to the sides like a cemetery and the Lost Woods, and then you got Gerudo Valley over here. So it's a good little mishmash and collaboration between Nintendo and an indie studio, and I would like to honestly see a lot more games like this. Maybe like a Mario game in some kind of fashion or form that's good. It doesn't necessarily have to be like this gameplay and stuff, but honestly, overall, a grade A game that I highly recommend. If you haven't checked it out at all yet, play it. And yeah, so that's it for today's review, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. If you're brand new again, feel free to throw a subscription. Don't forget to click that post notification bell to be alerted when I upload. And I'll see you on the next one, guys. Have a great day. Peace out. Consider supporting 8-Bit Eric on Patreon for just $1 a month. Link below in the description. You want to become part of the hashtag 8BE Nation, guys? Well, be sure to pick up your official merch, now available online. Link is below in the description. We got classic t-shirts, tank tops, hoodies, and even women's apparel. Don't forget, pick up your official merch now. And while you're at it, guys, feel free to watch the next video, or why don't you catch up on one that you might have previously missed. Thanks again, guys, for all the support. I couldn't do this without you. You guys are amazing, and don't forget to subscribe and click that like button if you are brand new. Thanks again, guys. Peace out.